right, guys. Welcome back to the Pulse of Willie and Al. How's it going today, bro?
Not bad, man. Not bad. It was the first cold morning where I had to wear a winter hat.
There you go.
Yeah, still wore shorts and sandals, so we're good. But I had to wear flannel with it, so
Mm-hmm. I
it's all
mean,
about balance.
yeah, it's kind of nice. It's starting to get cold here, where it's like, we got to close the window at nighttime when we sleep. But me, I
Yeah,
I could I could leave it open all winter. I'm gonna wake up
it's
with a
same.
sore back and sick, but it's worth it, right?
I'm still running my AC. That's like just so I can have it ultra cold in my apartment at night. It's great.
Sometimes you got to do that. You just like the
It's ultra cold,
frostiness.
and I'm under two blankets in the top sheet.
Yeah,
It's. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's the dream right
and
now.
a sweatshirt. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah, no, here's the thing. Sorry for any of the younger viewers, but I am naked as a bird under there, man. It's
there
the
you
dream. The dream.
That is a dream for sure. All right. Well,
You weren't
oh
prepared for
man.
that.
No, the worst part is it's in my head now. I don't like that
Yeah.
that thought's living up there
Yeah.
rent free. It needs to pay. But
No, it's okay that like you have feelings about that and you're confused about those feelings. It's
it
okay.
it
It's
is.
okay. Yeah.
Guys,
I'm
we
I'll
are
be right here ready for you. It's
yeah,
okay.
oh God. So we are back today with episode 94. We want more. More subs, more likes, more comments. Keep them coming, guys. So today we're going to obviously cover some baseball as we are tipping towards the end of the regular season here. And then we'll cover week 2 of the NFL. Some of the big storylines that came through. We may agree on some stuff, we may disagree, but we can go from there. So let's kick it off with Major League Baseball. Cal Raleigh, big dumper, gets 55 and
Big dumper.
56. He passes Mantle. He ties Griffey. So how are you feeling about this?
Man, he's 7 homers away from breaking Judge's record. And at this point, like, man, he has like what 11 games to do it. Like it's, I mean, he's gonna have to go on a tear, but he's currently on a tear. So I guess like anything's possible.
And his team's
Like
playing well too.
10 in a row and in first place in the AL West, which is bananas.
Yeah. Do you think they got enough gas to pass Toronto? Uh,
No, I don't think so. I think Toronto's gonna have the 1 seed pretty much locked up, and
yep.
that's fine. That is what that is.
Yep.
But Seattle really trying for a division title is just insane.
Yeah, and,
So
and for those of you that don't know, if Toronto's getting the number 1 seed, no, they don't need a passport to get to Canada.
yeah.
Yeah, just
Well,
in
actually,
case.
you do now.
Oh, you
You do. You
do
need it.
now. That's
Yeah.
right. Because they don't accept the real IDs anymore.
No, so
Yeah,
it's either I think it's either passport or you get like a pass card, like when you get your passport.
that's
You
right.
see, they can accept either of those.
Yeah, they changed those, right?
Yeah,
It's not like it was
yeah.
30 years ago. Yeah.
Also, the
Uh,
real IDs look fucking. Be glad you're not in the states. The real IDs look so goddamn ridiculous.
oh man. Yeah.
Oh, it's comical.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's going to be a wild chase here at the end of the season. Like, there's some teams, like we mentioned, that are surging. Some are tanking right now. The Phillies, they went ahead and clinched the NL East, which it's kind of interesting to see that division because all of a sudden the AL Central turned into the NL East. Um, with the
Yeah,
the huge lead that used to be there, it's like they swap places, right? And the Mets
and
have
they
just
did it.
been god awful, man.
And the Phillies doing it with all the injuries they've had too. I think is the more
Yeah.
impressive part. Like,
Super impressive. But
yeah,
correct me if I'm wrong. I believe they called up. You had mentioned this that they were going to be calling up some of their studs, right? Uh,
the Mets. Yeah,
yeah. And to see like what's happening there, it's just there's a chance that they could just miss the playoffs altogether.
same with my Red Sox right now. Yeah, we're
Yeah, it's
yeah,
really
it's pretty
tough.
great. Pretty great.
But the Tigers are kind of faltering too. They did receive good news on Scooble, which is good.
Yeah,
But Cleveland has a real shot to possibly overtake them in the division. That didn't seem reasonable a month ago. As
they've
they,
won 9 of 10, and their closer is suspended indefinitely because of gambling. Like
yeah.
they're 5.5 back in the division, so there's still
But
there's
this is
still a shot at that.
but this is
They're
the
two and a
thing.
half back of the Red Sox for the last wild card spot.
But this is the big issue, man. They play 6 games head to head in the next 10 days against Detroit.
They
So
they sweep those, then that where it's a different story.
Yeah, it
Like,
is. It definitely is. And listen, Detroit's been a great story this year. I don't want to see them not make the playoffs, but
oh, your dad would be mad.
I
Woo!
think he might be. Um,
Yeah.
I know the Red Sox and Yankees, they were kind of neck and neck. They just went through a series together that didn't bode too well, it seems like, for the Red Sox. They
No.
snagged what, one game off of them, off the Yankees?
Yeah, they won the Sunday game to avoid getting swept. Yeah.
Mm, yeah, it was a little
So,
rough there. And then
and then we lost to Oakland last night because we could only score
oh,
one run against them. Sorry, the Sacramento A's. Still Oakland A's in my heart.
there you go.
Still, yeah.
Also, don't look now, but like the Giants and Diamondbacks too. I can't even believe we're talking about the Giants possibly having a chance to get into the playoffs. But the Diamondbacks, they're knocking on the door, and they're really like, if the Mets aren't going to be in, one of those teams are. So it's kind of
Yeah,
crazy.
it really feels like those first two, like the Cubs are 9 games up on the wild card. So
Yeah.
like they're gonna get in. Padres are 4 up. I think they're gonna get in as well. It's really that last wild card spot. And
Yep.
like Arizona's a game and a half back. The Giants and Reds are 3 back. Even the Cardinals are 4.5 back, which and the
Yeah.
Cardinals haven't done shit all year. Like,
It's
yeah.
crazy to see that. Like, there's so many teams that have not been eliminated from the playoffs. It's mind blowing to
Atlanta's
me.
9.5 back. They could still do it.
Hey, stop it. They're they're
Hey,
terrible.
they're not eliminated. They're not
No,
eliminated.
they're on the doorstep of elimination, man. It's bad. They've been hanging out there for a while. They're just waiting their turn.
Hey, they've
So
won 4 in a row, dude.
yeah,
I'm just saying.
listen, it would have been
I'm just saying.
amazing if they could have figured out how to do that during the beginning of the season, except the end.
You know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Yeah. Ooh, real rough. But yeah, so very interesting to see what's happening with those teams. It seems like Colorado kind of even though they weren't able to set the futility record, it seems like they're still trying to show that they were more than capable of that. 1-9 in their last 10, and it's just not playing inspiring baseball at all. Um,
Actually, they have to win one more game. So
I thought if they won
yeah,
41, they were good.
the 41 they're tied. 41 they're tied.
So you're still kind
They've
of
lost
helping
nine.
out.
They've lost 9 of 10. So there's still hope. There's
Listen,
still hope.
stop. Everyone can see your joy boner right now. Stop doing
Yeah,
it. It's
yeah.
you're
No,
you're holding out hope.
I wish that MLB TV, like I'm sure there's data that shows they're like, boy, who watches the most of what team? And if they just kind of look at Keene, New Hampshire, they're like, man, there's a guy that's watched a lot of there's an account that watches a lot of Rockies
Yeah.
games.
It is it
Is
is
he
really
okay?
funny. Yeah. He
It's actually my cry for help. Nobody's listening. No, so it's fine. It's fine.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Anything else you wanted to mention about baseball?
Yeah, the usual legally fuck the Yankees. I hate them. I hate that they're surging right now. I hate that like it's all coming together for them and I wish nothing but ill will towards them.
Ah,
And go Rockies. I really keep hoping they lose and yeah. Yeah. Like to be honest with you, they have what like 11 games. Like I think it's they're 151. Yeah. So they have 11 games left. I could see them losing 11 more in a row. And the
oh
end the
my,
year on a nice 14-game losing streak. Come on.
oh my
Come on.
God. Oh, that would really do it, wouldn't it?
It
Uh,
really would.
all right.
Really would.
Moving on to the NFL, we got a lot of breaking news this week. No pun intended. But first,
Yeah.
let's start with some good news. It looks like Jadeveon Clowney, he signs with Dallas. He's going to bolster their pass rush quite a bit. Still
They
can
signed
still can
they
get it
signed him
done.
in the
It.
middle of the game, which is hilarious.
Yeah, I I don't know. That game, first of all, was insane, but we'll get to that in a minute here.
Yeah.
That was like almost the only news that came about that was beneficial. It seemed on the week. A lot of injuries that came out. First of all, Joe Burrow gets hurt. He's going to be out a couple months. Uh,
Yeah.
just rough, man. It wasn't a dirty play, nothing like that. It wasn't like, oh, he fell funny or anything. It just happened, man. And like people have started to draw the comparisons now to Andrew Luck, um, of just these great players, great talents that just always seem to be hurt. And
Yeah.
it's really sad. But if if anything, maybe Jake Browning is able to keep them moving in the right direction. We'll have to see. He's definitely not Joe Burrow, but he's had enough practice to be able to go in. And last year, what was it? He won 3, 4 games in a row for them. Uh,
No, he went like 4-3 a little while back. Like that's
2 years ago. 2 years ago. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
my bad.
he's serviceable. Like
Yeah, and
he's
it's. I mean, we're gonna mention this in a bit about backup quarterbacks, but like, it could be much worse. It could be much worse for them. So,
yeah, you could have Carson Wentz as your backup.
yeah. Austin Eckler, he tears his Achilles, which was kind of sad because he and I was thinking about this today as I was walking between classes, and I was thinking to myself like, remember that season he had where he had like 22 touchdowns or
Yeah,
21, right? Like that he's just 2 years away from that. Like no one wanted him after that. He held out, wanted a contract. They didn't give it to him. He didn't have a great season. Like it just I don't know, just a sad end to the career for him. I don't know if he's going to be back after this. Maybe he hangs
yeah,
it up. Kind of difficult, but just kind of heartbreaking because it seems like he's a very well liked guy by the locker room, and
yeah.
just really hurts that team to lose a playmaker like that.
I will say, from a fantasy standpoint, my betting on Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, I think might
Yeah,
pay off.
yeah.
Hopefully,
I don't know
guillotine.
who that is, but you mean Bill, right?
Yeah, yeah, Bill. Yeah, Bill.
He wants to go by Bill. I think it's
I
gonna,
love that.
yeah, it's gonna pay off for you though. It will.
I hope so.
Uh, Question about that I didn't really consider until now. Brian Robinson getting traded away, mistake or
I bet if you asked them, they'd love to have him right now.
yeah, they might like to have him
Just
back.
saying.
Or maybe they could have signed Jordan Mason in the offseason. I don't know, something like that. But I think Jordan Mason's in the right spot. Anyhow, Jaden
Yeah.
Daniels, he's nursing a knee injury. There's a chance he's not going to be playing Sunday, which I think changes their Washington's chances quite a bit going into the weekend. McCarthy, he's out too. I mean, this just lends credit to the idea of having a good backup quarterback. I know Carson Wentz is the backup there.
Brock Purdy's still out too.
Yeah, Brock Purdy's still out as well. Like, there's a lot of guys that were starting day one quarterbacks that were good quarterbacks that we're looking at now, and it shows it places heavy importance on having that second guy behind that can really go in and get the job done. And
You know
it's
how much of a degenerate I am? I watched 2 quarters, the second half of a Mac Jones Spencer Rattler game this weekend.
oh no,
That's how hard up I am sometimes for football.
oh man,
Yeah, like there's been multiple cries for help at this point. Like I don't really know what to do at this point. Like
yeah. Listen,
and it was a good game. That's like the fucked up part.
it
Like
really was. It really was. The ending, I was like, is New Orleans really going to come back and win this game right now?
red zone cut to it multiple times.
Yeah, yeah,
Multiple
yeah.
times.
During the witching hour, yeah, it was great. It was great.
Yeah.
Sticking with the Vikings real quick after McCarthy there. Aaron Jones hit IR with a hamstring injury, which makes my fantasy pick of Jordan Mason look amazing.
Yeah.
Because
Kudos to you.
he's a guy that can definitely carry the load, and we're gonna find out when he gets every touch in the backfield what he's able to do. This one kind of hurt. Kalijah Cansey. He's the defensive tackle for the Bucks, but basically he's the not as big guy that lines up against next to Vita Vea, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
uh,
Everybody's small next to Vita Vea.
yeah,
Respectfully.
yeah. And Cansey, he ends up his season's over. He had a torn pec, which just it's sad for him and sad for the Bucks in general. But this I think could have a big impact on the team and what they're able to do. It just Man, this is a team that's been just hammered with injuries this year. I'm really hoping that it doesn't.
Already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just hoping it doesn't continue. Um, Remind me to come back to the Bucks because I saw something that I want to talk to you about with
Yeah.
Baker. But actually, you know what? Let's dive into it right now. So Baker
Okay.
Mayfield, did you see the scramble that he had where he ends up rolling to the ground? It looks like he's almost hurt, and then CJ Gardner Johnson's kind of talking to him after. Do you see this?
Yeah, and hell
And he
yeah.
kind of like went to like get up slow and popped right up and like started spewing at him, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
this is number 10,000 why I like Baker Mayfield, right?
And the thing was, I was watching that Monday night game because it was
Yeah.
the first Monday night game, and
Hmm.
you knew that last drive. I was like, "Oh, Baker's driving down the field.
Yeah.
Like I know how this ends.
Yeah.
I've watched this a million times with him,
Yeah. He's it just
and
it
he did exactly that."
there's certain guys in the league that when I see them go and have success, like Lamar's another guy, right? But Lamar's just an elite superstar. But I don't see
Yeah,
Baker that way. But there's certain quarterbacks that I watch them have success in the league, and I'm like, yeah, I can't even be upset about that because
and
I love seeing Baker play. He just plays with so much fire, man. It's awesome to watch this guy.
Baker too. Like he sometimes he does this thing, and he kind of did it in the Monday night game where like he didn't really do anything for 3 quarters,
Hmm.
and then fourth quarter rolled around. It's like, "Oh wait, we got to go win this game.
Yeah,
Be right back."
very
Yeah,
interesting. Um, So yeah, he's just a tough dude, really tough. And just we mentioned it last week, but how long he or how far he's come from Cleveland when you think about like his journey and stuff, Carolina, the Rams, and now in Tampa Bay, like it's just I couldn't be happier for the guy, really couldn't. Let's talk about a controversial issue.
sure.
The tush push talk because this seems to just be like all over the place. But I was actually a little triggered by it when I was watching ESPN the other day because I'm sick of these soundbite wieners just like popping
My
off.
fa- my favorite thing in the notes this week when I was reading through the notes was the term you use of soundbite wieners.
Yeah,
Just really, it really popped me. I
yeah,
got a good chuckle out of that.
dude. I don't know. Like obviously I'm talking about Greenberg, but uh,
Yeah,
it's
he's a
just
Jets fan. You can't really trust him.
yeah, like worry about your Jets, man. Stop worrying about this. Like it's just but I'm taking this strong, firm line about the tush push and rejecting what he's saying, but I do want to come back and defend him in a second, on some other stuff.
Sure.
Him and guys like him and Peter Traeger, I want to come back and mention that. But just kind of curious, like what your thoughts are on the tush push, where you're where you're lining up on it, and where you think like if this is something that should be in the league, if you want to see it out, what you're looking for with it.
Look, I'm a fan of a team that had a coach that would design all these plays that were within the spirit of the rules,
Hmm.
and like you just couldn't figure out how to defend it. So this is where I stand on it. I love the play. I'm all for it. What I want is the play to be officiated properly. And you kind of saw a lot of this on Sunday, and it's kind of been a rumbling for a while that like Cam Jurgens is the center, and he's lining up already in the neutral zone. And a lot of times, what's happening, and you kind of saw the video proof Sunday, what's happening is they are they're a lot of times going early and doing a false starting, but it's not being called. And so, like, if you're the defense, like, what the fuck? Like, respectfully, like, I understand the defense's like frustration of like, the fuck can you do about that? Like, there's nothing you can do. Like, that line is already a monstrous line
Hmm.
that are just big boys. You're already kind of at a disadvantage there. You can get around that, but like, if they're lining up in the neutral zone, like, and jumping early, and it's not getting called, like, what? There's nothing you can do about that. So my thing is this: I'm all for the play. I love it. I think it's funny that nobody else really runs this play. Just I want it to be officiated properly. That's it.
Yeah. I'm
That's where I stand on it.
this is and I'm legitimately confused about this because I understand the obviously the rules of the neutral zone, but I don't know. I see a lot of mention of the hips of the center. I'm not finding information right now on the head of where he's located. If his head can be over the center of the or like over the front of the tip of the ball, or if it needs to be behind that. My understanding is obviously all the other linemen need to be behind that, but I think that's the problem we're running into with that clarity piece is like, is his head in front of the ball? Because if it is, it makes it that much more difficult for the defender. Uh, I was looking at it here, just trying to figure it out and stuff. It just uh, not not fun. Um, not fun at all. Because it seems like the whole idea is it needs to be based on the ball. The ball needs to be in front of the center. No part of anybody can be over the tip of that ball. But
Yeah.
um, but I think you're right. Like the way it's officiated needs to be consistent, and it is really funny that it's happening to the Chiefs.
Oh, me too. That yeah.
Like that's just kind of the funny part of it. I feel the same way, man. Like, and I went through an entire generation of football with Bill Belichick and the Patriots, and I wanted to yell cheating all the time, but it wasn't cheating, man. He was just designing plays within the confines of the rules, as stretched as those would be sometimes. And if it's within the rules and you can figure it out, like do it until someone can stop it. And if someone can't stop it, then that's on them. Like
Yeah.
you gotta be able to figure out a way to stop it. This is what they're doing. It works for them. You know they're gonna do it. Figure out how to stop it. The piece I don't like is like, oh, it's bad for watchable football. So I don't care about that. Like, do they convert or do they not? And this is something that they're converting in the high 80s. I think it's like 88% of the time. They've done it
Right.
something like 225 times and 187 times they've converted. So like, come on, guys. Like it's you got to figure out a way to stop it. That's kind of the way it is.
Yeah.
Um, the other thing that I wanted to mention, and this was a clip that I don't know if you caught this on ESPN the other day, but it was something that was really, really kind of bothersome to me. Uh, just because I feel like I really enjoy coming on and talking about football. I played football in high school. I did not play in college. I did not play in the pros, but I feel like I know quite a bit about the game. And I saw a clip that Peter Schrager was talking about football, and Ryan Clark basically came out and said to him, like, oh, it's the non player effect. And basically said that, like, well, what he meant by that was like, people that haven't played the game at the professional level shouldn't comment on stuff. And
Right.
that really was bothersome to me because, like, it's very easy to say that. Um, from that position. But there's a lot of people that have never played the game or played any sport that are very good analysts that know a
And
lot about the game.
Peter Schrager is one of my favorite analysts.
Yeah, like dude, he would.
Um, he was really good on NFL Network. He goes on a lot of podcasts that I listen to,
Yeah,
and the dude's just like a smart dude. Like,
yeah. I don't know. Like it was really sad to kind of hear that because I feel like someone that's as progressive as Ryan Clark in terms of his podcast, his views, all of that. It was really kind of disappointing to hear him say that, and I don't feel like they made enough light about it. And there's a lot of coworkers at ESPN that he really slighted by saying something like that. Um,
yeah,
Guys that people that he has personal relationships with, like Mina Kimes and Stephen A. Now maybe they didn't feel slighted with that, but when you're on a panel and you're giving information like that, there's many players that have come on: Damian Woody, Dominique Foxworth, Jeff Saturday, and I don't see those guys saying stuff like that. Maybe they could say you have a differing opinion because you didn't play the game, but to just come out and say like, "Oh, it's the non-player effect," like
yeah.
that was super rude, man. And it just,
And Ryan Clark has since apologized. Like, he was like, "Hey, my bad." Like, and he explained what he meant by that.
yeah,
Just
I
just
just,
not a great look.
yeah, I don't know. We all make mistakes. He owned it. I get it. Move forward, but it
Yeah.
just, I don't know. For me, like that was really bothersome because no, I don't know. Did him and Peter Schrager have beef outside of TV, and that's not the place to handle it is on television, right? You got a problem with someone, just don't talk to them, right? Or, if they're going to comment on something on TV, like let it slide or whatever. But I don't know, just not really cool. And I just wanted to bring it up because I feel like we try to do a good job. We try to be accurate. We try to admit when we make mistakes. And it happens sometimes. And players do have insight that we don't have sometimes. That's what makes them very valuable as analysts. But there are a lot of things that I feel like we bring up that maybe people aren't thinking about at home. Um, all right.
Yeah, it also helps, we're insanely smart. We know everything. Like, and yeah.
We've never been
And
wrong.
we're really, 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 really good looking,
Yeah,
which
I,
helps.
I think
Yeah.
that is probably the reason that people let things slide with us.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Like, I can't
Uh,
imagine what else it is. Like,
yeah. Uh, the girth. So,
for you, not me.
yeah. So let me ask you. We got a lot of 2-0 teams in the league now. 4 in the AFC, 6 in the NFC, 3 in one division. But who's the best 2-0 team? let's start AFC. Like we got the Bills, Bengals, Colts, and Chargers. Who out of
I
those?
think we know it's the Bills.
Okay.
I think you just the thing with the Bills. I'm gonna say I think defensively, their secondary is ass.
Hmm.
Like you can throw on them, and like their D line right now, like Ed Oliver's like in a walking boot. Like it's not great
Which
defensively
is
right
crazy
now.
because he basically last game alone tried to make the Pro Bowl with
Yeah,
all the stuff that he was doing. It's
yeah. I
insane.
think though offensively they're so good
Hmm.
that it doesn't matter. I mean, it's gonna matter at some point, but like right now, offensively, it doesn't like they're just gonna hang 30 plus a game on teams, and it cool. Like,
Yeah, I am tempted to say the Bills. I'm not going Bengals, and I'm not going Colts.
I thought you were
No,
from
no,
us,
no,
like,
no.
oh,
This is
let me hear the case.
just hear me out on this. So last year was the first year of Jim Harbaugh
Yep.
in Los Angeles, and we didn't after last season. I felt very unhappy about the way like Justin Herbert was used during the year. I just felt like his
Yeah.
skill set was much better than a team just running going out and running the ball 40 times a game. This year we've started to see that, and him be able to kind of extend plays, throw the ball a little bit more. The guy's got an absolute cannon. I'm fairly certain if you asked him, he could throw the full length of a football field. Like he's insane, man. He is just an absolute rocket arm. The thing that does concern me about them is they do have playmakers on offense, but some of them are a little bit older, and I feel like the younger ones maybe aren't that experienced yet. When it could come time to like really go up against a very experienced team like the Bills. But one thing that I wanted to mention is I feel like their rookie Omarion Hampton hasn't come into his own yet, and he's struggled a lot in terms of being able to run the ball and be efficient doing that. It does usually take rookies a little bit of time to be able to catch fire, and I think that when he does, this could be a very dangerous team in the AFC. Now they're 2-0. They're not going to the Super Bowl right now.
I think part of the Chargers running struggles though is Rashawn Slater being out for the year.
Yeah, that
Like
that.
Joe Walt is crushing it at left tackle.
Mm-hmm.
I like let's just start there. Like Herbert is just like having all the time in the world. Like Monday night, he went what, like 19 of 27, 242, two touchdowns.
Yeah.
Got sacked a couple times, but like, I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like dude was just efficient with the ball.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
I think this team is going to go as he goes, and if he can get a good running game beneath him with a solid playmaker, and like even Najee Harris, like people knock him all the time, but like if they can figure out a good 1-2 punch with him and Hampton, and they get to running
old,
the ball like all
old
Harbaugh teams want to.
Harris, huh? Yeah.
What's that?
Old one-eyed Najee Harris, huh?
Yeah, listen, he's all right. I wanted to pick someone other than the Bills just to try to counter.
Sure.
But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
what about the NFC? We got Eagles, Packers, and Niners. Cardinals, Rams, and Bucks.
All right, so let's go backwards here. Respectfully, no on the Bucks. Like Bucks offensively are great, but they're dropping like flies.
Hmm.
Like their players, that's not sustainable.
I still will say that no team wants to play them.
No,
No team wants to play
offensively
them.
they're kind of a nightmare to go up against.
Yeah.
Um, I think the Rams, and we'll talk about it when we preview Rams Eagles, but like the Rams running game is kind of butt right now.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
not great.
Dirty
And
butt.
I was there's this weird running back by committee situation going on there right now, and you're like, yo, I thought that had been settled, but again, Sean McVay is infinitely smarter than we are. Who am I to say?
But
Um,
that could be argued because
yeah, well,
he tore his plantar fascia on the sideline the other day. I'm fairly certain that it was because he was too excited.
oh
Like,
yeah.
so yeah,
I'm honestly shocked that hasn't happened to him before.
yeah, very much so.
I respectfully not the Cardinals.
Okay.
No, no. Same with the 49ers. No, and like no. Um, and the Eagles, the thing with them is offensively, they can't figure it out sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And they go weird stretches. And as somebody that has been on the Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown fantasy train for a while, for multiple seasons,
Yeah.
it's really feast or famine, and that's a struggle to deal with sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the Packers, man, like, and the thing with the Packers, and I'm going to choose the Packers here defensively. Micah Parsons has been everything they've hoped for, and it's made the rest of their defense better
Yeah.
because he's just in the backfield all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's making the other and like offenses are tailoring two guys to Micah Parsons, which doesn't really matter because he's still getting in the backfield. But that's making all their defensive tackles and linebackers better. And because quarterbacks are rushing throws, it's making their DBs better. Like it's just kind of making everyone better.
Mm-hmm.
And Jordan Love like has been kind of pretty efficient with the ball so far, which is like really nice to see. And so I think for me it's the Packers right now.
Yeah, they also they haven't given up the least points this year, but pretty close to it. And
Yeah,
I would say that they're very impressive. Obviously, Micah Parsons adds a just an interesting dynamic to that team that I'm not certain they had when they had guys like Preston Smith, Darius Smith. I didn't feel that love, but allowing Rashawn Gary, who they paid, a decent amount of money to be their pass rusher, and now they bring in Micah Parsons. It just makes those guys better, right? On the back end, you've got McKinney. I mean, it just this team is stacked when you look at them. There's another guy I'm trying to think of that they have that's very very good on the defense at safety. Javon Ballard, I think his name was. Yeah, yeah. So they actually have him playing nickelback now, but he was the guy that I picked to be defensive rookie of the year last year, and he was just an absolute dog out of Georgia, like just a monster. And the thing is, he loves to hit, so you're gonna
yeah.
dislodge some balls doing that. I still think personally, I still think it's going to be the Eagles, and the reason being is I like the Packers and what they're doing. I'm just not completely sold on them. And I still could see the Packers losing to a team like Minnesota or Detroit. Whereas I don't know, maybe not Minnesota without
I was
JJ
like,
McCarthy, but I'm just
even respectfully, even with JJ McCarthy, I don't think that's
yeah, I could see them dropping those games. Maybe because they're divisional games, I get that piece.
sure.
But I think Philly knows how to be able to get up for those games, and there's something to be said for having elite postseason experience. And that's something that like it does not matter whether Philly needs to run the ball, whether they need to throw the ball, or if Jalen Hurts needs to scramble and figure it out, or they can tush push their way to victory. They are usually able to figure that out. They're going to drop games this year, and I know that's going to happen, but I still have the most faith in them right now in the NFC. Uh, uh, I just I want to see more consistency out of them. So
Um, I'm gonna say a thing about the Eagles on why I didn't pick them, and I know this isn't. There's no like stats behind this.
yeah,
Like you're gonna kind of laugh at the statement. Vibes feel off with them already. Like, and I know that's like a funny thing, and I know there's like again, there's no stats behind that. But,
yeah.
like, they just feel weirdly undisciplined this year, and like, and they've kind of like they haven't really been challenged by a good team yet. And I'm curious to see what that looks like when they play the Rams.
Yeah, I'm not even sure the Rams and like I mean we're going to talk about them, but I'm not even sure that they're a great team, but I think they're going to drop one of the games out of the next 3 weeks because they play Rams at Tampa Bay and then home against Denver. Uh and I
Like that Kansas City game, no offense to Kansas City, but like at no point did I think they were going to lose that game.
You mean Philly,
Yeah, against Kansas City. I
right?
at no point did I think they were going to lose that game.
I didn't think it was going to be that close. I know we made our predictions the week before and both of us were really far off, but as I look at that, I really didn't I didn't even think it was going to be close because Kansas City just has not been good. Worthy's out. I mean, yeah, he's supposedly coming back. I don't. We'll see how good he is when he
Yeah,
comes back. Rasheed Rice is still 4 weeks away from even being able to practice with them. It's I don't know,
yeah.
man. I don't know. And they're 0-2, by the way.
You know, you know how I knew the Chiefs offense was in trouble? When their number one receiver right now is Tyquan Thornton. As somebody that's a Patriots fan and watched Tyquan Thornton do nothing,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm glad another team fan base gets to watch this. All the speed in the world, but can't catch dick. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Might be able to. Yeah,
maybe, I don't know.
it's
Like,
kind of wild as you look at the standings too, because like some of these teams in the NFC, let me show you these 0-2 teams, right? The Giants, the Saints, the Panthers, the Bears. We thought the Bears were
the
going to be
Saints, but
better, but
hear me out on the Saints. There's a world where they could be 2-0 right now. I'm just saying it. There's a world where they could be 2-0,
right.
and they have lost some like nail biters.
Yeah. But in the AFC, man, looking at the difference between the teams, like there's no way we would have predicted this, right? The Jets 0-2.
Oh, not at all.
We thought they were going to be better. The
Yeah.
Dolphins 0-2. I don't know. The Browns, yeah, we probably thought they would be 0-2. Houston, I don't think so. Tennessee, maybe, but we thought they were going to be better. And then the Chiefs 0-2. I didn't see that coming. But granted, it's 2 weeks. We can't overreact, and that's the way we kind of
I
have to
put
see it.
$20 at start of the season before the start of the season. I put $20 down on a parlay. And it was like I think it was like a 17 parlay of teams making the playoffs.
Yeah.
And like it's funny that the Chiefs are the team that could fuck that up for me. And I bet the Patriots to make the playoffs in that parlay. So
Yeah.
like that tells you something.
Yeah.
That tells you something.
I'll tell
Where
you
the
that.
Chiefs could fuck that up for me.
Yeah. That would be disappointing. Very disappointing.
Well,
Yeah. So let's move on here. So we got the Cowboys and Giants in a thriller, man. Brandon Aubrey just seems like he could kick 70 yarders at any point in time. Just what a wild game, man. And to be playing
that
against
fourth
Malik,
quarter
yeah,
was just on. It was just on. Red Zone showed the entire fourth quarter. It
yeah,
felt like
yep.
because I was watching the Patriots game,
Hmm.
and and like that was
That
a
was
weird
wild
game in
too.
itself.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, boy, I ran the gamut of emotions in that game. But like Red Zone pretty much just kept showing the fourth quarter because like Russell Wilson decided he could throw the deep ball again, and he just threw it to Malik Neighbors, which is
He's
smart.
leading the league in passing, by the way. Just
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, he was 3 yards off from his career high,
yeah.
which is wild.
And I
Um,
was playing against Malik Neighbors in fantasy in 2 weeks.
ugh,
So yeah, yeah.
ugh,
Lot of
not
fun.
great.
Lot of fun.
Um, yeah, that fourth quarter was wild, and then like Dallas was answering. And the thing that I just kind of that I found really funny was in overtime. It's almost the end of overtime, and for a minute I was like, "Ooh, this is the one game a year that ends in a tie." Of course, it'd be Cowboys Giants.
Yep.
Um, they run like a four, like they still have time for one more play, and
Mhm.
they decide, you know what? Nah, we're good. We're just gonna run this draw play so Brandon Aubrey can kick a 64 yarder.
Yeah.
They were so confident in Brandon Aubrey hitting 60 plus yards.
He
They were
does
like,
all
nah.
the time, dude. This guy is hitting 50-yard field goals on the regular with tons of room, man. Tons of room.
And the thing was that field goal, fucking true blue down the middle, like
Yeah.
just nailed it. And you're like,
Yeah.
well,
It didn't start out that way. It looked like it was going to curve, but it
yeah.
ended up recorrecting and yeah, man.
Let me tell you, I played our friend John in fantasy this week in the Bennett League,
Mhm.
and he had Brandon Aubrey. And do you know what it's like to watch a kicker get 20 plus points?
Yeah, it sucks. And
That's
I've
it's
even tried to
it's
tweak the settings too to make sure that like I know many leagues have tried to tweak their settings on kickers to make sure they're not outscoring regular position players, but they're valuable,
no, in
man.
the Bennett, yeah, in the Bennett League, it was like no, and I'm here for it because I think it adds to the chaos.
Yeah.
It's just when you're on the losing end of it, it doesn't feel good.
No, it doesn't. It
It
doesn't.
doesn't feel good.
Yeah. You know who probably hates that the most?
Hmm.
Seeing Brandon Aubrey do that and put on a spectacle, probably Young Wei Koo, who didn't even suit up the
I
last
know.
week.
There's now this weird uh kicking like competition that's going on in the middle of the season
For
for
many
Atlanta,
teams. For
and
many
it's
teams, dude.
I meant to tell you, I meant to text you too. I was thinking about this when I was watching the Patriots game. So the Patriots kicker missed the first two extra points.
Yeah.
And I just thought about, I keep thinking about the league we keep talking about starting, where if you a kicker misses an extra point, it's minus 50.
Yeah.
And he missed the second one, and I was just cackling to myself thinking of what that would look like to somebody.
I think I would go and give myself a swirly after that, just to like I don't know what you could do to like make me feel better after that. That would be awful.
I would give myself a wedgie.
Yeah.
Like
One thing I wanted to mention about the Cowboys game, like Dak was uh it's good to see Dak making plays.
yep,
I
and looking
just
competent.
yeah,
Yep.
it really I know he's been hurt a couple times and like that's been very frustrating for Dallas fans, but they're not losing games because of him. Uh,
Yeah,
I don't I
George Pickens is looking good.
yeah.
They have Jake Ferguson at tight end who's really starting to come on.
Javante Williams
Yeah,
is running the ball really well. Even Miles Sanders,
yeah,
when he's spelling Williams, he's looking good. CD obviously, he's always looking good. And he bounced back from those drops that he had, so it's
well,
definitely playing
that
well.
fourth quarter, I think the funny thing about the fourth quarter was it was just Malik Neighbors against CD Lamb,
Yeah, yeah.
and it was great. And like both defenses knew who was going to get the ball, and neither could do a thing about it.
Well, it's crazy. So like Wandell Robinson was playing pretty well too, but like Malik Neighbors is the guy, right? And
Yeah,
they had two guys on him, and he's still coming down with balls. Like it's crazy, man. He's such a
yeah,
good playmaker. Another guy from LSU, right?
yeah.
So I mean, not to mention Brian Thomas Jr. You've got Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. Like it's crazy, absolutely crazy. The Lions they turn around and absolutely pounded the Bears. The Bears
Ran up the
and
score.
by the way, have you read the comments that were being said up until God man, the head coach from Chicago, him coming Ben Johnson
Ed
coming
Johnson.
coming back
Yeah,
to Detroit, what they were saying? Oh my God. Amon Ra was like,
yeah.
I don't give a like it was they're like, yeah, we don't care. We are going to pound them. And Amon Ra went off and had 3 touchdowns. Like it's
Well, did you see one of the touchdown celebrations that Amon Ra had?
no.
The whole offense lined up in one of the Ben Johnson trick plays, and that was their and they ran it as a celebration.
Oh my
Which,
God.
if that's not a fuck you, I don't know what is. I
Dude,
love it. I loved everything about it.
it's crazy. And there's obviously not a lot of good feelings between those two teams, right?
Yeah,
Being a
yeah.
divisional game and everything. But do you think the Bears are going to be able to get it back on track?
I just I want to take. I know we're only 2 games in, but I would like to be proud of myself for being the one that was like, I know everybody thinks that the Bears are going to make the playoffs. In what world? I just like, in what world did we see anything good from Caleb Williams last year?
Yeah, I don't know. He was super hyped in college. He
Yeah, the year he won the Heisman, he won it going away. Like he was amazing. Like
but this is the thing that I look at. Like they were saying, oh, he's the next Patrick Mahomes, but he reminds me a lot of. I feel like even Reggie Bush had really like decent years in the NFL, but it kind of reminded me of that, where it's like, oh, this guy was an absolute world-beating superstar in college, and then got to the pros and like, oh, everyone's fast here.
yeah,
Oh,
everyone's athletic in the
yeah,
pros. Yep.
everyone's big, everyone's fast. Oh, I'm not just the one guy, right? And I hate saying that about Reggie Bush because I feel like he was actually a competent player in the NFL. And
Oh yeah, for sure.
we haven't seen that from Caleb Williams yet. We haven't seen like the breakout game where he throws for 4 touchdowns and you're like, "All right, this was the guy."
Yeah.
You know? Um I
Yeah,
don't know, man.
I know it's new offense. There's a lot to learn with the Ben Johnson offense, but like I don't know, man. Just vibes. I talk about the vibes being off the Eagles, man. Vibes are not good with the Bears. We're doing
Well,
vibe checks. Not great.
speaking of vibe
Not great.
checks, we made a big mistake.
What's that?
We made a big mistake. So Caleb Williams turns out has had a 4 touchdown game. He did it against the
Yeah, it was against like Jacksonville,
Jaguar,
wasn't
yeah,
it?
Jacksonville, yeah.
That
But
doesn't count.
yeah, it doesn't count. Yeah, fuck you guys. So
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah, it
that
just
team had the number 5 pick in the draft last year.
yeah,
That doesn't. Yeah, okay.
yeah,
Like,
we want to see more of that. That's what we mean is like, okay,
yeah,
let's see it on prime time on a Monday night where like it really he needs to lead a fourth quarter comeback and is like really driving his team down the field to do it. That's what I'm looking for. A signature game that he can hang his hat on. And then like it's funny, but people aren't even they're automatically saying he's a better quarterback than guys like Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy's body of work is ridiculous, right? Like all the guy does is
yeah.
win. You know, it's just it's crazy. Anyhow, backup quarterbacks, they're getting it done. You look at Mac Jones, Jake Browning, which, by the way, Jake Browning leading that game back, like leading Cincinnati down the field to beat Jacksonville. Amazing, dude.
Jake Browning
Absolutely
did.
amazing.
Jake Browning did everything in that game, which is funny because like if you like he was really good and really bad at the same time.
Yeah, he was like
Like
Jake
that
Cutler
dude,
for a minute.
yeah, like threw a lot of touchdowns and threw a lot of picks.
Yeah.
It's really, you know what that is? That's the Jameis Winston experience. That's what that is.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it is. Because Jay Cutler would have lost that game. So, yeah, Jameis Winston experience for sure. Right?
Oh, you know what I want so badly right now?
What's that?
I I really wish that the Bengals would trade for Jameis Winston. Just do it, you cowards. Do
Oh
it.
God,
Do it.
could you imagine? That's like he'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna get a dub, and I got the Ferrari." Right?
Yeah.
Like, oh
Yeah.
man, that would be something unreal, dude.
It won't
I
happen, but
can't. You don't think so?
probably not.
Oh man, maybe. Uh, the Colts they end up beating Denver. Well, before we say that, right? Mac Jones, congratulations on him getting a win with San Francisco there. Still not convinced he's a great quarterback, but listen, like, okay, backup, yeah, like I could see it. So good for him, right? They just
Honestly,
barely held off Rattler.
him in a Kyle Shanahan system, like if he's gonna if he's gonna thrive, that's kind of where he's gonna do it.
Yeah,
Like that's
with guys like McCaffrey and well, Kittle wasn't there, but like having guys behind him, right? Juwan Jennings and Ricky
yeah,
Pearsall, like okay, like give him playmakers and see what he can do. You know. Um, listen, the Colts beat Denver, and I think this was kind of a big shocker. I got the message from you, but it just I don't know. To me, I was kind of shocked, and like we've kind of hung our hat always on Denver's defense and how good they've been, but giving up 40 points in 2 games, like they're not getting it done on defense. And Indy is
yeah,
just like say what you want about Daniel Jones, but he rose to the occasion this week. Like last week, it wasn't even a game, right? With Miami, they were out early. It was never even a game. But this, he had to fight back and claw back in the game and drive them down the field to win, and he did it. And I just, man, good for him, man. Like there's a lot of people like, and I know this sounds crazy, but like we saw what happened with Sam Darnold years with the Jets. He goes and has a great year in Minnesota, who gives him a chance. Like maybe this is that for Daniel Jones, where like he played in for the Giants and they were just dog trash, right? Like it was awful, man. And
yeah.
then he goes to Indy and they give him a chance there and he kind of wins the job running away. Like I don't even think that it was a competition with Richardson there.
Yeah.
Like he's just more mature. He knows how to handle all of that stuff. And I mean, he went to Duke. He's not a dumb guy, right? Like
Yeah.
he's highly intelligent to be able to play at that level. But it just to see what he's doing in Indy, it's incredible. And I know Tyler Warren's a big part of that too. And Jonathan Taylor, who just looks spectacular. I mean, he just
Um, I will say this about the Colts, and they're kind of giving me. I'm going to say a thing that's unkind, and I apologize to you. I know you're a big Colts fan. This just feels a little bit like the Saints last year.
oh, wow. Wow, dude. Really? You're gonna do me like that?
And here's the thing: next week, next week they play Tennessee. Cool, great. That's probably going to be a win for them. Let's just be honest there. And it's 3-0. Then they play the Rams, and then they play the Raiders. And I just like to see. And granted, Denver's a good team. Denver's going to be a playoff team, and they really held their own against Denver.
Mm-hmm.
They also got the benefit of a call.
Yeah,
Like,
but it was
uh,
the correct call.
It was the correct call. I'm not saying that it wasn't, but like it took a call to get, you know what I mean? Like
It's usually
I
that call is usually not made on in that and at that time of the game.
I was shocked when they made that call. I was shocked. Like I was like, they never call that.
I'll let you know. I'll
Ever.
let you know who else was shocked. About 44,000 people that were inside Lucas Oil Stadium.
Did you see the Colts mascot when the kick missed?
Yeah.
Oh
When
my
he
god,
missed
I
it and
was
then when he made it,
dying.
it was so good. It
When
was
he missed it, he just fell over face first. I'm
yeah,
like, let's go.
that's amazing. Yeah, they
Good
sometimes
mascot play.
yeah, sometimes the mascots just absolutely sell it, man. Um yeah,
But
very
like their schedule though, like if they can somehow get past the Rams and Raiders, like there's Arizona looming, there's the Chargers. That might be a tough game. Tennessee again, Pittsburgh, Atlanta. And going into the bye week, if you tell me that they're like if they have 6 or 7 wins already,
they could be a playoff team. Yeah.
yeah, like and I can't tell if that's like it feels like a sketch like maybe they're just playing a garbage schedule this year.
Yeah, I mean, 9 times out of 10 you're not picking them to win that game against Denver, but they did.
No, I
So
didn't.
it's so you know who knows, man. Again, we're 2 weeks
Yeah,
in. We don't really know what these teams are until probably the end of September, or even we had said like what, mid-October. That's when you get a
yeah.
good idea. You got a 6 game sample, and you could say, all right, this is kind of what we think about them. But good for Shane Steichen. Good for the Colts, man.
Yeah,
Really. Um,
yeah.
Last one. The Falcons made the Vikings look really bad.
I can't believe I stayed up for this game. I hate myself.
Yeah.
What a terrible Sunday night game that was.
Yeah, dude. I don't understand fully. Um, I don't understand their play call sometimes with Atlanta.
The Vikings or with Atlanta.
The Vikings, both of those teams. Like I just, it's very confusing to me because both of them have very good offenses that it just seemed like didn't get it done, and I'm not sure it was a result of stellar defense. It felt more like poor play calling to
Yeah.
me. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but it seems that way. Like I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things where for me I'll never understand why like Bijan Robinson, great game. Let's start there. Like Bijan Robinson did they just ran for 218 yards. That's what they did. What I was shocked with was like I thought Minnesota's defense was supposed to be a little better and
hmm
they gouged them.
yeah. They gouged them really badly. I just I don't know. I'm looking at the game at halftime like 9-0, and I'm feeling like they're not doing enough.
I agree.
Like with Atlanta, I'm like this game shouldn't feel like it's this close right now. And then they did virtually the same thing. They scored 13 in the second half, but I never felt like I don't know. It didn't feel like that close of a game at halftime. It felt like you were saying Minnesota got ran over. But I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's wild too because like Atlanta, like Minnesota turned the ball over 4 times. And like, yeah, that's the thing that it was like, and
They
they
should
couldn't
have put
really
up 40 points on them. I just
I agree. I
I
agree.
you know, I if you tell me that we're going to go and play the Vikings and we're going to limit Justin Jefferson to under 100 yards receiving, I'm telling you we're going to win that game. Easy.
Oh
And
yeah.
and probably it's because we I don't know, like made a ton of plays and scored a bunch of points. I don't think in my mind like that score is 22-6. I just don't.
Yeah.
It just I don't know. Minnesota's got to answer some questions. I mean, this is don't forget like I know JJ McCarthy's injured now, but like this is the guy that they were saying like he had 3 fumbles in the game too, right? Like it
Yeah.
just they were saying like this is the guy instead of Sam Darnold.
Yep.
he's going to be compared to him constantly. And I know this is his first year, but wow.
And this was the thing we talked about in our preview too with Minnesota was just like this team is a really good team. They just need competent quarterback play. And respectfully, right now, like
They need more.
and now McCarthy's out 2 to 4 with that ankle injury. So like I'm really curious to see with Carson Wentz what this looks like.
Yeah. Well, right now, like, and this is the tough thing. Like, we thought the offense was not going to be the issue at all, and we felt like, oh, the defense is really good too. But right now, like, they're 13 under in point differential. Like, they're giving up way more than they're scoring, and
Oh yeah.
it just, I mean, it helps when you got a blowout like that, 22-6. But again, it just didn't feel blowout enough. It felt like, oh, okay, well, if Minnesota comes down and like is able to string anything together here, they could be right back in this game. And that's not
Right.
the way it felt from, I don't know, watching Atlanta. I'm like, man, they should have way more points on the board right now. But
Yep.
anyhow, we will see how their coaches look to try to correct that going forward. Week three preview that we could have gone Lions and Ravens. We could have done that, but I feel like we talk about them a lot, and I really wanted to dive in on this Rams at Eagles because it's not only like a playoff rematch from last year where the Rams felt like they were very close to winning that game, and then the Eagles go on to the NFC Championship after that, but I just think the Rams remember all too well like that feeling last year of being that close to the title game and then not being able to get there. And this might be maybe like the last hurrah for Matt Stafford, right? Like
Yeah.
the table is set for him to have a really good season, and it seems like he's okay. He's been playing pretty well considering like he was going into the season, limping into the regular season. But yeah, man, like Philly's getting 3.5. The over under is 44.5 on the game. I just think both of these teams are different now. Like Philly's defense doesn't look great like they did last year. And the
Yeah.
Rams offense, like you mentioned before, they look one dimensional, man.
Yeah. The offense is, hey, can Puka Nakua catch 10 a game, essentially?
Hmm.
That's really it. He has 18 catches in 2 weeks already. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like you know what I mean? Like that's not sustainable. Like Devonte Adams went off last week finally. Like,
Hmm.
cool, but like, yeah, their offense is pretty much first down, run it for a couple yards, second down, maybe run it for a couple more, or usually get stuffed. So it's like 3rd and 8, throw to Puka Nakua for 10. That's the offense.
First down
Like,
again. Oh,
yeah,
45-yard rushing touchdown by Puka Nakua. Nice.
yeah,
Um, yeah, it's listen, as a guy that has Puka in a couple leagues, I'm very happy. But
sure.
it's yeah, like it's a lot of pressure on one guy, and I'd like to see them. You know, I know Devontae's kind of coming into his own as well, but I want to see more balance to that. And I think if they could figure out how to be able to run the ball effectively, and whether that's Kyron Williams or Blake Corum, like if they can figure that out, I think they'll be okay. I mean, really, we got two brilliant coaches, two very skilled teams here. The Rams, I just think like the reason it's so important for them to be able to effectively run the ball is it keeps Philly's offense off the field and it tires
Yeah,
out that defense. And that's the thing. Early in the season, these guys are not all in shape. They're still like it's yeah, they played 2 weeks, but there was a lot of guys that were very gassed at the end of games last week. Um, and even when you've got other teams, right? Like you look at Dallas and the Giants playing overtime, right? Like they're not used to playing that much, right? This early in the season. So the Rams need to figure out how to be able to run the ball and not go 3 and out and then let their defense back on the field because they're going to get tired really quick.
and I know what the Rams like like if you look at that score of that Tennessee game last week,
Mhm.
and you kind of look at that and you're like, boy, they smoked them. That's not actually true.
No, I watched a lot
Like,
of that game, by the way, and
yeah,
it
like
didn't feel
Tennessee's
that
up
way.
at halftime. Tennessee's up until like a minute left in the third. Like, like Tennessee's only down 4 going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Yep.
And respectfully, that's a team you like beat the shit out of. And
Yeah.
they did in the fourth quarter. They were like, "Hey, wait a minute. They have a rookie QB who can't really do anything." And like you know what I mean? Like they scored 2 touchdowns in the fourth, but
Well,
like
it's not that he couldn't do anything because he's not capable. It's just that Jared Verse and Bryant Young just didn't let him. I mean,
yeah, and that's the thing is Tennessee's line's not good.
yeah.
Like
Did you see the
and it,
picture that they wore, Jared Verse and Bryant Young? The step
yeah, I
brothers?
saw that.
So good. So good. Um, but you're right. Like Tennessee's line was kind of like we knew coming into the season it was going to be like a work in progress. They had some young guys on there, Skaronski and stuff that they drafted the year before, but they CJ Latham they were going to be moving these guys around and trying to fill some spots on that line. Um, Rams defense looks good though. I mean,
Yep.
they're playing
Yeah,
well.
this is gonna be a real test for Philly's offensive line.
Hmm.
This is a really good matchup of like a really good offensive line against a really good defensive line. And who wins out here?
Yeah, I think you really need, especially for this, you need these games at the beginning of the year, especially like, 2 a month or something like that to be able to get you prepped and be like, all right, this is where we are. This is the measuring stick, um, this is what we're doing well. This is what we need to improve on. But you're right. Philly's line needs a game like this where they're going to have to get after it. I'm not
Yeah.
sure it felt that way with Kansas City, but I mean, they had to work in that game, but I don't know. This is a different kind of work they're going through with this. Um,
Yeah, this is a defensive line in the Rams that's like they're gonna be all up in their grill. And like Saquon right now, like it's I know it's 2 games, like they're giving him a ton of carries, but like dude's averaging like 3.5 yards a carry.
yeah, it's not very low for him compared to last year, but I think everyone's trying to put that pressure on from last year, what it was.
Yeah.
You know,
But like that's the thing with the Eagles offense is they need Saquon to be cooking, and that's when they're dangerous.
yeah. Yep.
So
In terms of their defense, man, I think they really need to try to shut down Nakua, and which is easier said than done, right? Like him and Stafford just have a really good connection. The guy's a great receiver, has a knack for making like an acrobatic catch all the time, and just really is like a target vacuum. But I think they can take Nakua out of it by really pressuring Stafford, and that's where we're going to see these guys, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, like what are you bringing to the table to make sure that there's pressure in his face all the time?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, because that's the thing with Stafford is like if you can get pressure on him, it's not like he's gonna scramble and like run around. Like dude's pretty old and he's got a pretty bad back. So like
he is.
but that's the thing with the Eagles though is like you can kind of throw on these guys this year. That's kind of the thing with them is you can kind of throw on them.
Yeah, they
And
made some
they're
changes, right? Like they lost a lot of guys on this defense, like veteran players that maybe they weren't playing at their peak level last year, but they were playing well enough and provided that veteran leadership to help the young guys like be able to make plays.
yeah. Yeah, no, it's this is I think gonna be a really close game, and I think
Hmm.
this is gonna be I think you're gonna see a lot of 3 and outs on both sides of the ball.
Wow. Okay. I
Yeah.
I think things get kind of get a little crazy, I guess you could say, in this game. I know they said that what the over under was 44.5. I have the game ending a little bit higher than that, but what do you have for a score?
I think the Eagles ultimately win this. I think it's gonna be 24-20.
Yeah, see, I picked 35-24 Eagles. So I think they'll put up more points and stuff, but I think the Rams, it's not going to be as close as it was last postseason. But we will see, what is able to happen in this game. I think it's going to be a fun one to watch.
If you
Um,
tell me this is the week the Eagles lose, and then like all week the next going into next week, it's like, what's wrong with the Eagles? Like this is the game it could happen.
yeah,
This
fire
really is.
Sirianni. They'll be calling for us then.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
that's it.
And then the
That's what
vibes
we
are
need.
and then the vibes are really off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what we need going into the next
Yeah.
weeks for the Eagles. That could be something very wild. In terms of fantasy, listen, it was a really rough week, I think, for both of us. But
Yep, not
I,
great.
I, I literally scraped by in guillotine, and I know that sounds like I'm being dramatic because I really was like, there was two other people. Nah, I guess it was one other person in front of me that could have been cut, and then me. But when Joe Burrow scores 0 points or 1 point or I don't know, very
Yeah.
few points for the game and gets hurt, it's very difficult to compete there.
Well,
Um,
when I saw that he went out early, I was watching and I saw it on the like the ticker on the bottom. I was like, I couldn't remember who had him in our guillotine league. And then I looked and saw it was you, and I was like, oh no. And then I was like,
yeah,
I'm not gonna text him because I'm kind of sweating some things out in guillotine right now. I was like,
I'm
I
so
can't
glad
get
you didn't because I was
I couldn't
fragile.
incur that. No, I know. And I was like, I can't incur that bad karma. I
I was
can't.
like, maybe he comes back, and I was like, they're not gonna bring him back. Like you go through that like those mental hula hoops in your head of like, oh, they'll bring him back, and it's like, no, they're
Yeah,
not gonna bring him back.
you'll tell yourself anything.
Yeah,
You're like,
you
yeah, no,
will.
they're gonna bring
You
it back. Yeah,
will. You
have to.
will. It's a
Yeah, yeah.
Candyland Disney World. I'll tell you that it really like in my mind he came back and threw 6 touchdowns, but who am I,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, it didn't feel good, and then I lost every single bid that I put up against players this week, so that did not feel good either.
I
Um,
only won one bid, so I'm with you. I put in a $40 bid for Derrick Henry
yeah,
and got outbid.
yeah, I got outbid by him too, or on him, but it didn't help. I got absolutely pounded in my other two leagues too, and it wasn't like the ultimate pounding. It was just like oh, if you have a few things go your way, like that seemed reasonable, you're like, it could. And then Malik
Yeah.
Neighbors catches like a long ball, and then just one thing after another.
Man, I feel like the story of your fantasy season so far has been which random wide receiver is going to fuck you this week?
Yeah,
Because it was
dude.
Zay Flowers week one, Malik Neighbors
Yeah.
this week.
Yep. Dude, it's I'm like, who else am I playing this week that's gonna crush me? And it was actually a tricky week, and I think that's part of like why it's not great to be in multiple like too many leagues is because you end up playing against guys that you have. And like last week in 2 leagues, I was playing against 3 guys that I had on a different team, and it was just that doesn't feel
Yeah.
good. But I think things are gonna change. I really was laying in bed and like thinking to myself like, is this really it? Like the guillotine's going to be done? And I texted you. I think I actually said like, you know what? It's a good thing that I'm going to be done. Then I can focus on
I
my other
and
leagues.
I knew when I got that text, I was like, this son of a bitch is trying to reverse jinx himself.
No, no, no.
And
At
I'm not
that point, I had given up. I was giving up hope. So
wow.
it didn't oh man, it was brutal. It was such a bad
You
feeling.
luckily you lost to the only reason I think you lost is because the guy that got kicked booted from our league had JJ McCarthy.
Yeah,
That was your saving grace.
dude, and this is the craziest thing is that guy's team. He had guys like Cedric Tillman on there who like caught garbage time touchdowns. Like, oh man,
Yeah.
it was brutal to see like how he was even still in it. But yeah, I felt bad even him leaving. I almost felt like maybe I just step out and like just say whatever. But I didn't. So listen, man, I hopefully this week
Hey,
it's going to be better in terms of
yeah.
yeah, hopefully it will be better this week in terms of fantasy, but I don't know, Al. We're gonna have to kind of figure it out. Okay.
Um, to be honest with you, for me, guillotine, I had to sweat it out for a while, more than
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to.
Yep.
Because we started out on a Thursday night. Um, Bill Merritt, as we're gonna call him.
No, just Bill. Just
Just
Bill.
Bill.
Yeah.
Bill had 1.72 points for me. And when you start out a fantasy matchup like that,
Mm-hmm.
you know you're just gonna go kind of white knuckling it the rest of the weekend. You are, and it's all you think about. Like it's not great. It's not. Um, and I just and then on top of that, I was like, cool. I have Lamar in our guillotine league, which is great. Lamar's doing things. You're like fucking great. I just would like him to throw to Mark Andrews more than once. I'm not asking for a lot, just just a couple passes a
Yeah,
game.
I
You
just,
know,
dude, I don't get this. I don't understand what they're doing. And like Mark Andrews, he must be hurt or something because he's not washed, right? And now likely he's going to come back. He's going to get even less targets. It just feels like a bad pick, man. And I just keep with this Mark Andrews curse. It's worse than Kyle Pitts, dude. It's killing me.
Yeah, I know. It's yeah, no. So I had to put in a bid for Cortland Sutton, and I won that bid.
Yeah.
I won that bid for $10.
Yeah.
$10 I won that bid for. I was like, wow,
It
all
doesn't
right.
feel good. And just for perspective, like you get $100 for the season, and then we give $5. I'm giving $5 every week that you survive, which, by the
Yeah,
way, is awesome for. Like I really like that you're getting money back, so people aren't as scared to spend. It's really cool, man.
yeah.
But
And then in the Bennett League that you and I are both in, we lost. As you guys know, we refer to somebody on our show as Mr. Eighth Place.
yeah,
That's it's our friend John, who we love dearly.
yeah,
Last year, I lost to John both times,
hmm,
and John never lets me forget that. Even though I won the title
yep,
in that league, he never lets me forget it.
hmm.
And yeah,
Well, yeah,
I had to play him this week.
you need to clarify on that. So you lost to him both times, but
Won the title.
yeah, so you lost to him both times during the regular season, but then beat him come the playoffs, and that feels very nice.
I don't even think I played him in the playoffs.
Ah, no,
I
no,
didn't play him in the
ah,
playoffs
you
because
didn't.
he was in
That's
the lose
right.
because he didn't even make the playoffs. He was in the losers bracket.
Oh, what a loser. Oh man.
But so
Okay.
I played him this week, and he had Brandon Aubrey. Just when, like I said, when you're watching a kicker go off for 20 plus points in fantasy, it's fun when you're on the right side of it. But when you're on the wrong side of it,
Does
it's a real kick in the dick.
yeah, it does
And
not
also,
feel good.
AJ Brown, I just are are they gonna like use him in the offense at some point? Like
I don't
I'd like
think
to
they
know.
want to. Yeah, I don't think they want to. Maybe they're saving
Yeah.
him. Maybe. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. In the Bennett League, I feel the need to bring this up. And I had to double check, but it is confirmed. I am 0-2 in the Bennett League. I'm in 11th place, and I am playing the 12th place team, who is also 0-2. So it's a battle for the bottom of the dumpster bucket, right? Like,
Well, legally one of you has to win this. So
yeah. We could tie.
good.
Could tie. So,
Hey, I started 0-5 in that league last year and won the title. So like
well, I'm starting 0-2, and I don't think I'm winning the title. So,
I think I not with that attitude.
no, I need to make some moves. Some moves needs to
Yeah.
be made.
You know what
Um,
helped me? You know what honestly helped me last year? Getting kicked from guillotine kind of early.
ah.
That's when it turned around for me, and I was like, oh, cool. I can just focus on one league.
Hey, shut
Great.
up. I'm not getting kicked from guillotine. I'm not doing that. Yeah, I see what you're trying to do. I'm not doing that. No, 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 no. I'm putting my foot down. I am refusing this right now. I will not do that.
I
Oh
think you and
man.
I both know this is the week I get kicked for real. I
It does
There's just the
not look
vibes
good
aren't good
for
on my team right now.
yeah,
Vibes aren't good.
it does not look good for a lot of people this week. By the way, yeah, it's probably me. We'll be honest. It's probably
Yeah.
me. It's probably me.
If it is you, are you gonna write your own like how mean are you to yourself are you
See,
gonna be?
that's the thing. Like you've told me like we should speak kind words to ourselves, but I feel like I could butcher myself really badly.
Oh yeah.
So I may have to send it to you to like, is this too mean? Um, I don't know. I luckily have never had to do that in any of the times that I've run the guillotine league. I've always made the playoff at the end.
Yeah.
But anything can happen. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
ah, all right.
Yeah.
Anything else
Sometimes
you? Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Anything else you want to mention
Well,
about
I'm
fantasy?
just gonna say sometimes in fantasy the vibes aren't good, man. Like you know when you know. Like it's okay. That's why there's always that's the beauty of it though. Next week, this is the week it can all turn around for
It
us.
could all turn around for us,
Yeah.
definitely.
AJ Brown could catch 4 touchdowns this week. Could happen. Or, he could get catch one pass for 8 yards again.
Hmm.
Who knows? It's a
Yeah,
thrill though. What a thrill.
could be very dangerous.
Yeah.
Until next week, guys, where we'll have a clearer picture on Major League Baseball playoffs, but also like surefire picks for football. By the way, out of 2 weeks in just making picks for football, like not betting and stuff, but just my own personal picks, I've only gotten 5 games wrong.
Woo!
Yeah, so I'm off to a pretty good start so far.
Damn.
We will see what happens, but week 3 is going to be a crapshoot with all these backup quarterbacks trying to pick those games. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, man. Until next week. I love you, brother.
I love you.
All
I
right.
love you. Peace.
Peace.